Hello everyone, Jonathan here from M Games, and I'm going to be showing you the new update to my Make Folders panel add-on. First, I'm going to install it. I'm going to go down to Scenes, Project Settings. This is the Godot 2.1.4, and as you'll see, it's already here. It is 1.3 now. We will activate it, and it will appear in the top left. And I added extra 1 and extra 2. We'll deselect everything. I'm going to hide this. And as you'll see, I have added the resource folder and as well as this assets name. This is basically a folder that everything will be stuck in unless you uncheck it. So by default, it's in the assets folder, or the res folder, which is your resource. And let me set that to always on top. And right now by default, if I create folders, it will add it to the assets folder, and we have instances and scenes. But we can also scroll over here. Now if you don't see it by default, you can always hit the refresh button, click in the assets. We're going to go into instances, and it changes wherever we're at. And see, maybe we don't want to create another folder and then our folders, so we'll uncheck that, and then we'll have maybe players, enemies, scene objects, and then we'll create folders. And it automatically creates the folders in the directory that we have set up above, but it does not create that. Else it would have done this. It would have created assets, and then it would have created the enemies, players, and scene objects. So as you can see, there's a lot of functionality here, and since we have a folder manager, we do not need to worry too much about having to choose which folder we want to enter in and then see if it screws up, and then it just dumps the files right in the main assets directory, or it creates the folders inside of the main res directory. So we'll just go up, and there we are. Okay, so that is Godot 2.1.4 version. As you can see, you can hide the folders, you can create them, you can reset the names, and that's pretty much it. Now we can go over to the Godot 3 version, which it's the same thing, except we'll go over here to project settings. We will make it inactive and then active again. And here's what the Godot 3 version looks like. So I'm going to deselect everything. I'm going to select the top 2. And as you can see, the file directory is the same. We'll just create that. And there's the assets directory. We go into instances. And don't want that. Create players. And then enemies. And objects. And we'll select what we want to create, and then we'll create folders. And if you have these folders already created and you've created some objects, like a lot of people were worried, what happens if I already have a folder or a game project set up and then I create these folders? Well, it's not going to override any folders you already have. It's only going to create empty folders or folders in places that haven't been created yet. So you won't lose your project. As you can see, the test text isn't overwritten. The enemies folder was already created, so it didn't have to create it again. And yeah, you should be fine, so feel free to test it out. Currently it's on GitHub, and it is set up for an update, to the go.asset library, and that should be ready in a few days or so. Thank you for watching, and I hope this add-on helps you speed up your workflow.